A lot of people think that when you connect two DC motors in parallel and you spin one of them, both of them are going to power each other indefinitely. So in today's video, we're going to try just that and we're going to see what happens. But before that, we're going to do some experiments. So with me is a battery, a treadmill motor, a scooter, and a diode. Now, when you are dealing with diodes, you need to know the one you are using. This one is called an anode diode. That means it can only be used for the positive terminal. And of course, you have to connect it in a certain way to get the current to flow in a particular direction. So that's it about the diode. So now, what we want to do is to connect the treadmill directly to the battery, just to be sure that it is working, one, and also you see that it's spinning. So if you're using your treadmill as a wind generator, you cannot connect it directly to your battery, because if you do that, it's going to be spinning until your battery runs down. So that way, if you want to connect it to your battery, you have to make sure that the treadmill can only feed the battery and not the other way around. So that's where the diode come in. So now I'm going to connect the diode, and you see that when it is connected to the battery, it is not going to spin. So let's connect it. So it has been connected now, and it's been connected the right way, so you can see that it's not spinning. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to reverse it, and we're going to see exactly what's going to happen. So now you can see that I'm reversing it right now, and once I connect it, look at what's going to happen. So it's not going to spin. So that means I'm allowing the current to flow from the battery to the treadmill. So that's why it is spinning. So you don't want to connect it this way. So you want to make sure that you connect it the right way. So I'm just, for the benefit of doubt now, I'm reversing it again so that you see that once I connect it, it will not spin. So I've just connected it the normal way right now, and what you see is that when I connect it, it is not going to spin. So that's it. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to use the scooter motor. Now both of them are DC motors. So DC motors, they work with DC power. So that's why they are called DC motors, and they are very good for wind generators. The only problem with most of them is that they have very high RPM. So if you've watched my previous videos, you will see that. So we're just going through the scooter motor. So the first thing you want to do is to test it. When you get a wind generator, regardless of the type of wind generator you have, it's good to always test it and just know how it works and whether it's working. You don't want to do all the installation of mounting it, having a pole, a tower or something. At the end of the day, you not find out that it's not working or working properly. So you want to do all the tests you can while you have it down with you. So you can see that I just connected it directly and it's spinning. So if I'm using it as a wind generator also, it will not be able to charge the battery. Rather, the battery will be the one feeding it with current. So I'm connecting it to the diode now. You're going to see that it's not going to spin when I do that, just like the treadmill motor. So you can see. So once I reverse it again, you will see that it starts spinning. So that means the diode only allows current to flow in one particular direction. I'm reversing it right now, and once I connect it, we're going to see the result. It's spinning. So that means I'm also allowing the current to flow from the battery to the scooter motor. So you don't want to do that. You want the current to flow from the scooter to the battery. So that's what you want. Now, just for the benefit of doubt again, we want to connect it the normal way, and you're going to see that it doesn't spin. So that's how you want to connect it. But in the event that you are connecting with maybe a charge controller and other devices, most of them, they have a diode inside of them, so current can only flow in one direction. So but if you want to connect it directly, you have to use a diode. So now I just want to reverse the polarity now. You know, I said that the diode is used for only the positive terminals. So now I've changed it to the negative terminal. So you can see that it is rotating. So that means you must use this diode for your positive terminal. So that's why they are called anode diodes. So very important. So in the next experiment, what we're going to do is to connect the two wind generators together. We're going to connect them in series. So that means the way you connect your batteries in series to increase the voltage, the way you connect your panels to increase the voltage or your batteries to increase the voltage. So we're connecting the two motors like that, and we're going to connect it to the battery, and we're going to see what's going to happen. So now we connected the positive from the scooter motor, and we want to connect the negative. So let's see what's going to happen. So you can see that the treadmill is already spinning, but the scooter motor is not spinning. So I don't know why, but the moment I stop the treadmill, you can see that the scooter motor is spinning. So now that I've released it again, now you can see that it's already spinning, and before you know anything, the scooter motor will stop spinning. So that's the way it's working. So if you know why it is happening, you can leave a comment in the comment section below, because it surprised me a bit. Although I know they were not going to spin at the same RPM, but I didn't know that it was going to totally shut the scooter motor off. So the only way to get both of them working is to put some resistance on the treadmill motor. That means you hold it little, it will be spinning, and both of them will be spinning, just like I'm holding it right now. So that's the only way to make sure that both of them are spinning. But if you leave it to spin freely, the small one will not spin. So that was it about the experiment. I don't know, but I want to believe that if I connected exactly the same DC motors, the same power rating, the same brand and everything the same, I want to believe that both of them will spin at exactly the same speed, unless of course maybe one of them is having a problem with the bearings or something. So that's what I think. So you can also let me know in the comment section below if that will be correct. So if I have two motors in the future that are exactly the same or identical, I'm going to try the same experiment and we'll find out that. But for now, I don't have. So you can see. So once I stop the treadmill motor abruptly, you just see that the other one peaks. That means the scooter motor peaks immediately. So that's it. So we're going to be carrying out the last experiment. Let's find out if that infinite energy is possible. So the way to go about that is to connect them in parallel. So parallel means you connect the positive to the positive and the negative to negative. So of course you know that the motor, once they spin them, they generate energy or they generate power, whichever. So that way we want to see that if we spin one, whether it's going to spin the other one indefinitely and the other one will power it like that, so that one will give power to the other one and the other one will in turn give power to the other one, whether they'll be giving each other power indefinitely. So sometimes we want to think that that's possible. Sometimes we also have reasons why it's not supposed to be possible. But in today's video, we're going to find out exactly what happens. So I'm going to get a wire and I'm going to wound it around the treadmill motor so that I can use it to spin it manually. That way, I'll be able to generate energy from the treadmill, which in turn is going to power the scooter motor. And we don't know whether the scooter motor is going to in turn power the treadmill motor. So let's find out. So I want to allow it to run now. So there you have it. You can see that the scooter motor is turning. You see both of them are turning. So but it has stopped. So a lot of people think that it can turn indefinitely, but the truth is that it cannot turn indefinitely, because both of them, they have a lot of things going for them. Friction, they're not 100% efficient. So unless they're 100% efficient, that's when there will be hope that both of them can just keep pushing each other until indefinitely. So that's it. So trying it again, at the end of the day, you're going to see that no matter how much I do it, once it powers the small one, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of time. Friction and everything will just make it stop. So that's it about the experiment. So when you are watching videos that are talking about indefinite energy, you want to stay away from those videos. So let me know in the comment section what you think. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next one.